Okay, so if you've been following along, you're probably at this same point. We built a really simple circuit. Does nothing more than when you plug the Arduino in, it turns on an LED, drives it directly, no code. Okay? And so we did it here in the virtual world, and then we built it over here in the real world. And now it's time to actually do one more thing, or take this to the next level, and we're going to turn on and off this LED with code. Okay? And so to do that, I don't want to actually lose this piece. I'm going to save it. I'm going to build on it. So what I want to do is I want to copy or duplicate that. And what you do is you go back to your home, if you want to do it this way. And we're going to click on the gear. This is the one we're just working on. Click on the gear. And then click duplicate. Now it takes a moment on my computer, so I'm going to pause. Alright, and we're ready to modify this. So the first thing I'm going to do is save it as, or change its name here. I'm going to call it, flashing 1 LED with code. Okay, so I'm going to take and slightly modify this circuit. I'm going to delete that little link. Okay, get rid of that. Try that again. I thought I got to delete it. Get rid of it. There we go. And then I'm going to rotate this resistor. And I'm going to plug it into the same column. Let's zoom in on that. Okay. So this resistor is now connected to this anode, right? The positive side of the LED. And then I'm going to run a wire from pin 13 to here. So, and it could be anywhere in here, by the way. These are all connected. So the electrons can zip down here, go through the resistor, go into the anode, light the LED, make it out the cathode, go to ground. So we're not even using this, but we're going to leave it there because we're going to use it for other circuits. I'm going to change this color to yellow. I tend to use light, bright colors for working with signal. And lo and behold, this software is pretty cool. It sort of assumes that you're going to want to have some piece of code. So I'm going to go ahead and go to code. Now we don't want to work with these blocks. We could, but that's not going to be the point of this course. We actually want to work with text. So I'm going to go to text. I will caution that going between the two, back and forth, you'll lose all your work. So be careful. Make sure that you don't play around. Save it or somehow protect it. Okay, and there you go. And lo and behold, it already wrote us a little piece of code that we can use right away. We've got a setup and a loop, just the two most important pieces in an Arduino code. Setup runs once, and it's going to go ahead and set the pin mode. So it's going to set the pin 13, the one that this LED is connected to. By the way, it's also the onboard LED. It's going to set pin 13 to output, so we can send a signal out, not wait for a signal to come in. And we're going to digital write pin 13 with the LED on it high, wait for 1,000 milliseconds or 1 second, set it low, and then wait for 1,000 milliseconds and loop it over and over and over again. So we'll start that simulation. It's going to plug in and give it a moment. It'll start working. What happens is my frame rate gets a little off, and now you can see that the light begins to flash. There we go. Now it's starting to work, right? Looks like the camera is catching it on and off. Okay? So now let's build this in the real world. So let's come on over here, and I am going to pull out this resistor. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is pull the power. Alright, get that set aside. I'm going to pull this resistor. I'm going to rotate it like so. Okay, I'll put it all the way over here to pin 10 just to make this super clear for the moment. Now I'm going to take and hook up a yellow wire. Again, same column set of pins, right? So it should make a connection. Go like that. And I'm going to put this into pin 13, just like that. So it's exactly like what we had built. Alright, let's plug it in. And of course the last thing we've been working with, if you're working with me, is making that light flash, and lo and behold, that light flashes. But what we can do now, which is very cool, is we can copy, for example, this piece of code, just copy it. We can go to Arduino, and we can go to a new sketch like so. Let me get this guy out of here. I can paste it right there, and then we'll do a save as. Let me throw it up in my Arduino sketches, and let's call this, I'll call it Demo Blink. Okay, and we'll save, and of course it's going to work. Let me pause while it loads for the first time. Okay, it's working. And to prove it, let's change this to a different number. And we're going to still keep it kind of slow because I've also been told that the camera frame rate looks really funny on these recorded videos. But hopefully this will be good enough. You'll be able to see a difference. It's flashing once a second here. And it's going to flash much faster now. So go ahead and make sure this all works, and then the next video we'll do a little playing around, and then we'll set you up for your project. I'll see you soon.